Hello and welcome to this edition of Indie News. It's for June 14th. We're already midway through June. We're heading into Father's Day weekend. Let's check out all the amazing stories on our site today, Indie Advocates. My name is Mr. Anderson. I will be the advocating voice for the different topics, and I am the advocating voice for Indie Advocates. All right, so Hot Lunch, the all ages Magna-style graphic novel, a beautifully illustrated, dramatic heist story for all ages. Hot Lunch is the latest adventure from Magna creators Mayim Madan. I'm never going to get that name right until someone tells me how to say it. Binary Star Volume 1, The Big Cosmic Joke, for the first time, 120-page trade paperback graphic novel collecting volumes 1 through 4 of the sci-fi webcomic series hit Binary Star. See all the exits off the Comic-Con Highway, Father's Day, Father's Day 2018, June 14th to the 17th. So many shows. We're going to go over that in just a minute. Hey, Tommy Shop, what's going on? So this Halloween, look for a Comic Fest to have great giveaways, including from SourcePoint Press. We're going to go into that a little bit more in just a few minutes. And if you guys didn't know, Dirk Manning has actually made a children's book. That's right. The Man in Black has made his own kid's story, and it's fantastic. I've read it. It's The Adventures of Cthulhu Jr. and Dastardly Dirk. Click on the link to see how you can score a copy today. Throwback Thread 2016 in review. Check out what went down in 2016 on then the site known as Written Sins. Cthulhu Kids is in its last hours. This is a first edition comic terror and mythos madness, a Lovecraftian school for the naughty offspring of mythos characters John, Kid, Cthulhu, Sidney, Shoggoth, and the rest of the gang on Kickstarter. But time is running out, so please head there now. I reviewed a book. It was called How to Self-Publish. It was made by the amazing Josh Blaylock. Of course, he is behind Devil's Due. This is an amazing book. It is a master edition. You guys have got, if you're a creator, you should be reading this. It's just a great insight to the business aspect of it. Like stuff you might not even need to know, but it's good to know. You know what I'm saying? It's that enlightenment shit right there. Creator Talk with me, Mr. Anderson, and Andre Lozano Molinari. I finally get his last name, and I can't do his middle name now. About the Shepherd, the Path of Souls. I did the review, and then I brought him on camera, and it was great because it turned into a Creator Talk. So it's kind of badass that way. It started off as a review at the beginning of it. You will see the review, and then it turned into that. So also introducing brand new to our site. We will now be officially partnering with Wayne's Comics Podcast. We will be putting him on our program. You guys can see Wayne generally at the Stabby Bunny table and meet him and talk to him. He's usually at the Stabby Bunny table from different events. Every so often he runs the Stabby Bunny booth or table in itself when him and Richard Rivera have to split duties between two cons. Wayne's a great guy, and he does an amazing job of doing these podcasts. We've been trying to get them on the show literally for about 6 months now. I finally got it all situated on how we would do it. I'm extremely pleased to have him join us in the ranks and be able to give us content. It will be redirecting content, which means you'll have to listen to the show on the site. But that's just what we do. You know that. So we just added today Dave Cook's podcast and episode 322 with John Satana and Sam Johnson. Sam Johnson, of course, from Geek Girl fame. Never mind the furthermore. That was today's program. WhackCon and Imagine Other Worlds with writers. Really good. If you're not following Brian Morris, you're missing out. Please take the time to find Brian K. Morris on Facebook and friend him today. I didn't get to talk about this on the Comic-Con Highway. It was an interesting show. We've made a bunch of changes. Check out the Comic-Con Highway to see what we're doing now. I would like to say that the feedback, when we first released this about 3 months ago about Wizard World changing and all that, I got a lot of flack for it. Everyone was telling me how horrible Wizard World was, how much Wizard World sucked. And, you know, they're this, they're that, a whole bunch of noise. So I made it my business to ask people I knew who went to Wizard World, privately, not publicly, their experiences with Wizard World. I am thrilled to announce that I've heard nothing but positive about Wizard World from the creators that I know went there. I also paid attention to some groups. Some people were complaining about the normal stuff you'd complain about for a Comic-Con, but I have not seen anything. I am happy to say I think Wizard World has turned a corner this year, and it's exciting. And I know I'm trying to get into a show right now, so Wizard World is definitely on the up. I can say from what I'm hearing, from who I'm asking, I'm hearing good things. I am not going to quote anyone because there's such heat with the Wizard World. Some people just genuinely hate Wizard World, and it's like a passionate hate, so it's ugly. And I don't want to put quotes out there and have people getting arguments over something. You know, I do think that we all need to grow up and learn to talk to each other and respect each other. We're all just folks, but I'm also not going to put other creators on the line. I put myself on the line because I believe in what I say and what I do. And if you don't agree with me, come fight me. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. Speaking of kidding around, cosplay, awesome here for one of my favorite shows, Archer. It is Krager and his digital girlfriend, assistant, wife. Very weird doctor, but great cosplay. Storm clouds are coming. What does storm clouds coming mean? You have to click the link to find out, aren't you? Day 14 of June Madness Patreon event. I'd say Gemma is in a tight spot, but really, she has more than enough space. Ooh, what's going on with Gemma? Gemma, like, actually, we're talking. We're in talks right now of actually having Barb from Fetish Babies cosplay that character. So I'm definitely interested. Find the missing pieces on Webtoons on Saturday, 16th of June. That's right. There's going to be a missing pieces event this Saturday on Webtoons. Click the link to see what's up. Sean is in the house. What is going on, Sean? You have amazing timing, Sean, because look what's up next on our program. It is the Strength in Little Heroes Comics charity anthology, #1 review from Outright Geekery. Sean gave us the heads up for this. It is listed as anonymously written. It redirects you to the other site, Outright Geekery, which you guys should check out. Pretty badass site. Obviously the Kickstarter is now in full gear. I'm in the Kickstarter with the creation of Cat, Dad, and Supermom. We are very thrilled to be using that. Impeccable. Yes, sir. Impeccable timing. Sean tipped us off to this, and Colton's with us. What's going on, Colton? When am I going to be able to grab some new tits? And for those who don't know, that's not a dirty joke. Colton is the writer, and he's in our chat room right now on Facebook from Tits, the Trans Interdimensional Taxi Cab Service. And I can't wait for the next issue to come out and the next one to be able to read. I love the series. Superb series. I love that crazy cabbie team. But the review is pretty good. You got to read it. Check out Outright Geekery, and it was a great review. I really dig it. So check it out. Comic-Con Highway, going to Denver. That's right. The 15th to the 17th will feature the dreaded Dino Man creator, James Eric Hudson, with artist Alley List. So now if you didn't watch the Comic-Con Highway, you didn't realize that we're doing something fantastic. So I'm going to take a quick moment and explain what's so fantastic. So we're always trying to improve the Comic-Cons. As you guys know, going forward, we're going to start using the Comic-Cons. There's going to be less of individuals talking about going to a Comic-Con, and instead we're going to try to get all the creators we know into one Comic-Con. This is to gather people. Now, for Denver, we only really legitimately knew about James Eric Hudson. My friend Harold White might be in attendance. He's trying to see if it's worthwhile. I told him, go check out my site, because look what we did. We added their artist alley onto our site to give you an idea of everyone who's going to be there. Now, of course, this will all be contingent on the fact of the website and the con itself doing this so we can bring it to you. But I'm so excited. It was like a eureka moment, and I'm kind of proud of myself. Like, I'd pat myself on the back. Wait a minute, can I? You hear the slapping? That's me patting myself on my upper back. Really thrilled to be able to show you guys this. Obviously, I can't read all this. J. Scott Campbell. I know J. Scott Campbell. He's going to be there. Look at that. See, now you're going to be able to see all these amazing people. And it's a great way for us to help advocate. I will not be reading all the names. And, you know, Ashley Riot. I just want to see her. Now, here's the cool thing, and I'll even give it to you. Ashley Riot gets to be featured on the show. I don't even know who Ashley Riot is. Ooh, Ashley Riot's badass. That's who Ashley Riot is. So if you're going to be in Denver, go check out Ashley Wright and say that we saw some of her amazing badass art on the show today. But I'm getting told Sean has some breaking news. Yeah, Sean, I'm always for breaking news. Speaking of breaking news, well, not breaking news, but this was a really funny video. It's weird because it's in another language. I think it was Spanish. I mean, I think it's Spanish because I don't have it in front of me and I have a migraine today. So my mind's a little wonky. And I did the awesome. I spelt it that way on purpose. That was not one of my usual fuck-ups, but it was a funny video. I really, really dug it. One of the things I don't dig is when someone's in need. Obviously, I want to be a person who supports and helps everyone I can. I found out about this amazing cosplayer who's struggling right now and could use some of your kindness. So please take a moment and click the link and please, please apply some kindness to her. Into the Darkness, ladies and gentlemen, has just officially funded. And to celebrate that news, all right, guys? To celebrate that news, you know what we're going to do? We're going to watch the video live on the show right now. That's what we're going to do. Into the Darkness has officially 100% funded. I'm going to give them the clap. I need to get like a sound thing loaded on my my laptop so we can do like hoorays and hurrahs, get one of those sound mixes. And we're going to take a look at this amazing project. Here we go. We're going to play the video right now for you guys so you can check out what we're talking about. And see, this is why it matters to show up to the show and watch the news live.
Hi, I'm Mark with Into the Darkness, and this is footage of a cat playing with an Easter egg. Can I get the first issue artwork in there, guys? That's better, thank you. As I was saying, Into the Darkness is a new indie comic series looking to launch in the next couple of months, and we could really use your help to make that happen. Now, I'm not going to sit here and reiterate everything. You can read right below this video, where you can check out our characters, our storyline, and even view the first 7 pages of the book. Now, what I will do is tell you a little bit about myself and why Into the Darkness is worth your time. My name is Mark Zuptich. I'm a front-end web developer with a background in fine arts and creative writing, and just like you, I am absolutely passionate about comic books. I love this medium, and I believe it is one of the best ways out there to tell a visual story to a wide audience. Stop that. Stop it. Our story crosses a wide variety of genres. We have action, we have martial arts, we have horror, we have character-driven drama. Now, aside from myself, we also have my good friend Sean Barber. I think you're going to find that his ink work adds an amazing style and energy to my own pencils. Rounding out our art team is Chris Hall, a 12-year veteran of the industry and the house colorist for Ebon Press. Overall, we've got an amazing team that is ready to deliver you unconstrained indie storytelling with AAA quality of writing and art. Now, as you can see behind me, the first 7 pages are... Guys, we have talked about appropriate music selections. When I'm showing pages, dark and foreboding. As I was saying, the first 7 pages are completely done, inked, colored, lettered, everything's finished. We have a good jump on the black and white artwork for the next 13. What we need from you is no, too blatant, stop that, no. What we need from you is help getting these to our colorist to get finished, lettered to the printer, and physical form so we can get them to your hands. Now, if that doesn't convince you, we've gotten some really good positive pre-release reviews. We also have a large following on Facebook. And at that note, I want to reach out to all of our wonderful fans on Facebook, Instagram, and our social media outlets and say thank you so much for your support in the last year when we put this project together. Thank you very much, and I look forward to meeting you as we take our journey into the darkness. Seriously, again, I hate you guys.
All right, man. Exciting stuff. I'm so glad to hear it. Sean said, I think that's a misfire on Sean's part. I think it says that is for this man, who the guy in the video. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He is doing an amazing job for indies. I like the program. I like what he put together. It's an amazing book. I'm obviously a backer. Been excited to see it on the show. I love that video. I love the playfulness in the video. It was well timed, well done. I'm so happy to hear that it's funded. Let's go to Kickstarter Live and see how it's funded. All right, I love to see that, man. That's awesome. 94 backers, $2,178. That is, oh, thanks for this, man. You were doing an amazing. Oh, I don't know if I'm doing an amazing job. You guys are doing an amazing job. You're bringing content to life. And I am doing an amazing job with my own content, which I'm going to be able to talk to you guys about in just a minute. But that's amazing. Into the Darkness is funded. I'm so happy. Bob Sally brings us gore for Halloween. He's going to be, remember I told you earlier in the show we would talk about what's coming for the Halloween fest that's coming? Well, Bob Sally's bringing us gore, so it's going to be amazing. Art of the Day featuring, check out these websites. Oh, this was a special thing for Art of the Day. A couple people when I asked for, I have fat fingers too. I hate the smaller phones. I have the Plus, and I'll show you everyone there. I'm actually looking at the Comic-Con Highway right now on my screen, but I had the Plus and I loved it, and I went down to the new 10, and the 10 didn't come in plus size. I had to relearn how to type. To this date, I still screw up more without the Plus. I miss the Plus, but I got the other one because it was supposed to be better, and I really didn't see the improvement. Honestly, I can't. Usually I like to keep my phones, but the 10 I'm actually eager to get rid of. I was not impressed by Apple 10. But I feel you, brother. I feel you. I got some big digits up here too. They're meaty fingers. But Art of the Day, this was all about people's actual art pages. They didn't give us art. They gave us links to their art pages. So I was like, screw it. Let's all put them together. And that's what we got here. Project Axis is a serialized science fiction action, no comedy, just an action book about a young man's journey to recovery, the identity he has lost. It was told to me that it's like he got hit by a car and wakes up in the middle of the desert. How scary that should be, not even knowing who you are. Lycan 2 is tearing its way through Kickstarter. This is the second issue of the amazing book that continues the story from Lycan 1. And here it is, Into the Darkness, when dark secrets from the past invade your present. How far will you go to bury those demons forever? Let me tell you, the past is one of the scariest shits in the world. Scary. Speaking of something not scary at all, it's Kickstarter Talk, issue 24. We are going to cross over to get away from Ducky. I don't know why to get any from Ducky. That sounds dirty, actually. I've got to fix that. It's supposed to be get away from Ducky and find Ruby from before the Lycan comes out in the darkness. So you got to click the link to see what I'm talking about. It's not as dirty as it sounds, I guarantee you. Also, happy, thrilled, excited to say that Bruno Sammartino comes back to life in the pages of his authorized biographical comic book. As many of you know, we lost Bruno Sammartino, sorry, this year, but not before John Crother was actually able to get the story together, and his story will be told. So I can't wait when we do that Kickstarter. That will be in August, so I'm excited. Ruby and the Warriors of Dion, #1, an epic fantasy tale about a young mage on a quest for vengeance. I'm excited to read that book. I hope they hit that goal. There's a goal that they could hit, and if they hit it, it's 2 pages of an awesome story. Kickstarter Talk issue. This is probably just a misfire from me. I'll take a look at it. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to give you guys something cool, something real cool. Okay, this is one of those breaking news things. So we were talking about doing cosplay with Barbara, and Barbara is going to be doing, I'm just looking at this thread real quick to make sure. Yeah, okay. So Barbara is going to be cosplaying for indie comics, but we did want to do a couple pop culture references to the cosplay. And one of the ones that we could not ignore was Barbara doing Princess Leia. Now, I absolutely love the art in this. I'm such a fan of it. I even give you two different versions of it, two different color schemes. I personally like this one because it makes her eyes pop out a little bit better. This one, her eyes are a little more purple, which if you have light colored eyes, a lot of people don't realize your eyes actually take the color of the room. I thought that Damien did an amazing job bringing this to life. I love both of them. I think I'm going to print this one, but let me know what you guys think. I think it's amazing art. I can't wait to share it. I haven't had a chance to share it. I've been doing a lot of stuff, and you guys will see what I've been working on. And I can actually like officially announce that Mentor Search has entered the final stages of editing. I have the last edit cheat sheet right now. That means we will finally be going to printer next week. It's been an uphill battle to get this book out at times, but it's going to be so great. I'm so excited to get it out. And of course, in that book, we introduced the fact that Barbara is going to become a cosplayer, which is going to open up a lot of doors and opportunities for us. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to share more about this in this upcoming change with you guys. But first, we got to get the third book out. So I'm hoping the PDFs will be going out as soon as we're done. Everyone who backed the Kickstarter will get the PDF of the book next week, as long as we get all the edits done. I'm not going to send something out subpar. We're going to make sure all the edits are done as perfect as I can get it. Not obsessing. You've got to remember that, guys. Do not obsess. Do the best you can. Send it out. I got the amazing Chuck Pinois helping me get the edits done. So we're in the final phases of it. We're down to the nitty-gritty. And I'm not even kidding you guys. Here is a look at some of the stuff I'm working on right now as I'm getting it done. So no kidding, we're in the end of that. And for the YouTube audience, you didn't get to see that because the video is only linked to check out right now my Safari page, but I showed off some stuff that I'm working on. You guys are gonna love it. I really like how we're ending this this trilogy, and we're of course gonna move on to something. And in the back of the book, you get to see the teaser art for the next thing. So, oh, it actually did have issue 24 in it. So this must have just been a misfire of something else. All right, no big deal. I guess we'll keep it then, because it actually has current information. So that's pretty badass and cool. Very nice. Hearing. All right, so this is also something I'm excited to talk to you guys about. We announced it. Speaking of Damien, who just did that art, here it is. My news, which I actually get to cover myself. I broke this on my site, and then IndieAdvocates picked it up for me. Mr. Anderson and Damien Alvarez will be bringing you Heroing by the Hour. Now, I get to explain this to you. For those who don't know, because this might be a throwback for some people, there used to be this thing called a time clock. And I'm not trying to be facetious, because I know newer time clocks, you punch in an actual number. You used to take a card and shove it into here or up top, hit a button, or this would be an automatic. You put it in and it punched the time that you worked. Heroing by the Hour, I don't want to give away too much, but think of it this way. A wrestler is suddenly granted superpowers. Like, think of a wrestler right now, whether it be Finn Balor, your favorite wrestler, Kenny Omega, Daniel Bryan. What if they suddenly were granted superhero powers? What would that mean? And I really, I didn't want to play with capes because, honestly, capes and tights were, let's just call it what it is. It's Marvel and DC's area, even Image. How would I compete with that? But then I had this idea. And Lord knows why I had this idea. And I wrote it down and I sent it out to a bunch of people. And I asked people, how can, is this readable? Is this something that you guys would enjoy? And I think I sent it to 30 people. I seem to always send it to 30 people. But I sent it to about 30 people. Some people messaged me. Some people were on the thread. And I was able to get it out to them. And people really liked the story. And I was like, oh, wow, maybe this does have legs. So then I needed an artist, and Damien asked me what I was talking about because he saw it while we were finishing up the last of Fetish Babies, because we've been doing some extra art for the book. He said, what is that about? And I explained it to him, and he wanted to team up with me. And at first, he wanted to do just the pencils for the book, and he was going to do it for free, and that didn't sit right with me. I don't really like asking anyone to work for free. I have yet to date taken free art for any project, honestly. I always like to do something with, and they call us monsters. I partnered with my creator there, CG Gerardo, and with even Jackson Anderson, Dave Brown. He teamed up with me. He's got ownership stake in it. So I don't take free art from anyone. And I told Damien, I was like, look, man, I can't do it. I was like, is there any way that maybe you'd be interested in ownership on this project? And he got excited and he said, yeah, I'd really like that. So we worked out a deal, and we're going to be bringing it back to life, and a contract signed, and I'm so excited. And you don't get it, man. I did all this is my art. This is actually my art. And granted, I know people can do better. I'm not trying to even doubt that. I'm not trying to say that this is the best. And in the end of the day, Damien will make a more proper cover. This isn't even supposed to be for a cover. This was just a coming attraction of sorts. But I'm thrilled because I actually used boxes, literally just boxes, and kept adding them on top of each other and did this by eye. I am thrilled with how good it came out. You guys might be like, Rob sucks, but I was really happy with this. I thought I did really well. You don't get it. All this was created by me. So every part of this, and I'm really happy with the logo. That's definitely going to stay. That logo is here to stay. I'm excited, man. I'm like a little kid about this. You can hear the excitement in my voice, I hope. I can't wait to bring it to Kickstarter. We are going to be going in fall. We might go early in late summer. Thinking maybe around my birthday, August 24th, to launch. I don't know. We're going to see how the art comes across, and Damien's got to finish up a project, so he's got to legitimately finish his last project that he's working on. So this is coming. This is definitely coming. I don't want to nail down a date yet. A fall, I definitely think we're going to be able to do. I think this will be on Kickstarter by fall without a problem. If there is a delay, like always, I delay if I think that there's a reason to delay, but I'm excited to share more with you, and I can't wait to tease you guys with some art. Really exciting project. I'm very proud of what we're going to be doing. So, and I'm so happy to be teaming with Damien. Power Nights, throwback thread. We haven't seen Power Nights in a while. This is, of course, from Kid Entertainment, and this is the Power Nights. If you don't know what this is, you got to check it out. Remember, supporting a Kickstarter only takes $1 single. $1 single can show support, create new worlds, fun projects, attracts attention, does amazing things. All you ever wanted: stories for a better world, a full-color book, a full-color comics anthology with a positive vision of the future, featuring top-level talent, amazing creation. You got to check it out. Vote for this supremely talented Satane Zilia, and oh my God, is she talented. She, of course, is the first artist I worked with to bring fetish babies to life, and since then it's been a whirlwind. That book put me on the map. People saw how serious it was, and mind you, it was the fetish book. So it was a fetish book that had to be taken serious. She has 3,572. Time is running down. We have 3 hours, 3 days, 3 hours, 43 minutes. How you do it is you press the button here to like it. Now, it won't let it do it for me because I voted for her already, so it's kept in the cookies. But then you would put in your email address, and then when your thing comes to you, you just hit the link, and it verifies or confirms. I can't read it. It's in another language, but she's an amazing creator. You guys have got to help me out by helping her get there, man, because not only did she bring my world to life, but look at what she's doing next. This is from The Warrior. Check out her videos. It's amazing art, honestly, and I'm not even trying to hate on any other artist. She just takes it to a whole new level. Her art from Fetish Babies to here even was a giant leap forward, and I think what we have in Fetish Baby is amazing. Please help me help her win. Let's take a quick look and see where the standings are. Hopefully she's all right. She's in the lead, but it's dicey. It's dicey. It's getting the last days, man. We're talking about only 400 votes. We got to keep her in the lead. Please, please, please help a brother out. Click that link. Vote for her and let her dream come true. Lots at stake. I mean, this is close. This is close now. We're down to our final 4 right here. These 4 are going to be neck and neck for the next couple days. So I'm ready. I'm having like an anxiety attack right now looking at how close it is. Please help these creators. My creator, Caroline Cavavoke. think I'm pronouncing that wrong, but we call her Satane Zilia. That's a translation for us. Please help me help her. All right, moving on for more news. A little bit of a sad note. Families in need. The memorial fund for Braxton Dollar. Never happy to hear about a kid passing. It is a terrifying fear for every parent as we go into Father's Day. It's got to be immensely hard. Please help take the burden of this loss away from a family and help them out and show that there's still light in this world by being a hero to them today. Just it's horrible news to even have to talk about it. Luckily for us, we can have a little bit of a distraction at one of the perfect dominoes I've ever seen. Love the cosplay, love the attitude, just amazing, amazing creator here. Cosplayer, I should say. I actually took a double take. I actually thought that this could have been the actress, because you know when you're at a Comic-Con, you don't know who you're around and who could be what. So I actually thought that was the actress, but I'm pretty sure, almost 100% sure it's not. But when I look at her, I'm like, wait, is that her? I loved it. She's an amazing cosplayer. I hope she watches the show and tells us who she is so I can give her the credit she deserves. And finally, on our program today, Little Heroes Comic Charity Anthology number 2. We are back with our second charity anthology, this time around the theme of family. Help us get printed and get 13 stories in return. That time of the show where we're going to go to This Week in Indie Comics. Well, This Week in Indie. We don't say comics anymore because we're cool. Cool kids don't say comics. All right. In Denver, you'll be able to see James Eric Hudson, creator of The Dreaded Dinosaur Man, whose issue number 2 went up today. Second issue on Webtoons. Go check out what The Dreaded Dinosaur is about. Remember to apply some kindness to a cosplayer in need. Click the link to see how you can be her hero today. Don't forget to vote for an amazing artist. I showed you how amazing she was. Satane Zilia needs your help, so help her out and make her dreams come true. We had this comic review, Rags, by Brett the Hitman Hart. Check out the review. Amazing, amazing to have him back. I'm going to be in Fort Myers at the Southwest Florida Space Con this weekend, the 16th to the 17th. Celebrate Father's Day weekend with me in Fort Myers. BoroCon's going on in Brooklyn with Sebastian Bonet. Also appearing at Southwest Florida Space Con besides me, Mr. Anderson, and of course, IndieAdvocates will be represented, will be Andre Molinari. Sorry, I don't know why I tripped up on that. James Hack and more, including Scout's actual creator. He'll be there in attendance. And Space Ghost, voice actor, will be there as well. Click the link to see all the amazing people. It was too much to list, including this is one of those times where we actually put in the Artist Alley. And we talked about that earlier, how we've been adding extra people in. So we did that. We have some cosplayers. I'm just going to give you guys a quick look at it. And I will have a panel, by the way, at 1:45. Written Sins presents social media tips. It sounds wrong because it wasn't exactly written out wrong, and that's my fault, not theirs. I should have told them about our name change. It is what it is. But many of you know, and I'm on record saying that Written Sins will be rebranded as my imprint next year. Andre, Mr. Molinari, will be doing Caliber Comics Getting Into Comic Book Publishing panel from 12 to 1 on Sunday. George Lowe, by the way, for those who don't know, is the Space Coast actor, and you'll see him real quick. There's James Hack. There's the creator of Scout Comics, Mr. Pruitt. And there's our friend, Mr. Molinari, and some amazing cosplayers are going to be there this weekend. Amazing cosplayers. And then, of course, there I was from year one. You guys can contact the different areas. Now, we got that from their site. And also, just to show you, this week in Indie Comics, the Heroes Con has the same thing where we now have a full list at the bottom of the thread. So we're going to take a quick look at that. We're going to give you guys a quick look into what's going on. This is, of course, diverse, dynamic, defining DIY Devil's Comics. I'm going to have Kaylin Smith, Shepard Jackson, and Daniel Lester. Also appearing will be Mark Deering and Johnny Ulello. and Creative Entertainment. I think Juan's with them. I keep forgetting to ask him. Evan Povos is going to be hanging with Pat and Johnny Phantasm there. And at the bottom of the actual thread, you can see the entire artist alley, who's going to have amazing people in there. So definitely check it out. Bare Butt Comics is going to be there. I'm happy now because I know where Bare Butt Comics is going to be. But check it out. We're adding this in for shows that have an actual artist alley. We're going to let you know everyone who's going to be there. Obviously, I don't have the time in the program, nor do I have the patience to read such a huge list. But it's important to know who's going to be where. And this is going to, of course, be a southern exit. By the way, Heroes Con is coming to you from Charlotte. As I mentioned, Fort Myers is in Florida, and that's going to have this amazing group of individuals, including my friend, Mr. Molinari. Mr. Pruitt, Mr. Hack, and I love the fact he's doing Long Living Pro Wrestling, and me, of course. 2 panels to pay attention to for sure. One of them is going to be on Sunday, which is going to be Caliber Comics Presents, and that's going to be, where are we? Here we go. Getting into comic books, published with Mr. Molinari from Caliber Comics. He's going to be there doing that. And George Lowe, go see that too. If you're in Fort Myers, George Lowe is an amazing guy. He's funny as hell. But make sure to check out my panel. And for once, I'm not first thing in the morning. I hate first thing in the morning panels. I'll be on stage 1:45, 2:45. Red and Sens presents social media. Sean is back. What's going on, my man? Welcome back. He had internet issues. I've been having internet issues the whole week because of the thunderstorms. So I get you, brother. I know what you're going through. So as I said, we're making everything better. And one of the ways we want to make things better is we want to know what Comic-Cons you want us to cover. And one of the ways that we're learning that is by asking you, hey guys, what are the top 10 and top 5 Comic-Cons? Why is there a difference? Well, top 10 we want for the Comic-Con, the big Comic-Cons, like the whole list, every Comic-Con, what are the top 10? But just because it's not fair, we're going to be adding a smaller pavilion for smaller shows. Oops. No peeking at behind the scenes, kids. So New York Comic-Con is in the lead with 16. C2E2 comes up with 15. San Diego, boo, has 10. MegaCon Orlando has 8. Well, 8 plus the 3. I'm reading that wrong. So almost 20 for New York Comic-Con. And Emerald City is bringing up the rear with 10. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see the list. It's a big list. I mean, it's not just those 5. There's plenty in here. And you can see I voted for almost every Comic-Con. The only one I didn't was Comic-Con because I don't know anything about it. The rest of them I actually have heard about, and I've heard people say good things, so it all got my vote. And what does that mean? That you can vote for every Comic-Con. I didn't vote for San Diego because of the lawsuit and them suing over the name Comic-Con. I'm sorry. I'm still hurt. I'm still hurt. My feelings are still hurt. I was one of those shows I wanted to go to until I knew they sued someone. I know there's a complicated story because everyone keeps trying to explain it to me. But still, I don't like big entities picking on small people. It's just doesn't sit right with me. We talked about how important it is to vote for Satane, right? You guys are going to do that for me? You're going to go hook me up by voting for my artist from Fetish Baby, Satane Zelia, who's an amazing artist today? I appreciate that. Thank you. And if I could just take a second, hold on, let me get a sip of the cola, and talk about educating and advocating for special needs children, because it's the sole purpose of the R4AU Autistic Jedi campaign now on Facebook. Autism Awareness R4AU is dedicated to our daughter, not ours, but the creators of the Autistic Jedi. Our mission is to advocate for awareness and acceptance, and that's my mission too, because I'm all involved because my son Jax might be on the spectrum. The verbal and nonverbal alike deserve a voice for equality. We will be that voice. Contact us for information on how you can help us raise awareness for research and understanding and funding, research funding. And remember, supporting Kickstarter takes just a single dollar. That's right, $1 can bring a Kickstarter to life. It shows it. Shows support, attracts attention, helps fund projects, supports creators, and creates new worlds. Speaking of creating new worlds, if you're going to do that and go to Kickstarter, might as well learn from one of the best. Madeline Holling Rising has a book on Amazon to help you create the perfect Kickstarter. Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, 2nd edition, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding. Crossing has crossed off of Kickstarter. I'd like to congratulate them. They officially launched off of Kickstarter today. you guys shit out of luck. You didn't listen to me. You didn't get behind this amazing book. I'm getting the book, and I'm going to be able to see her at Baltimore Comic-Con, and I'm going to get her to sign it. I'm so excited. I have to look later today to see if they made the free issue #4. I kind of hope not, because I want to cover it again. I really had fun covering it. I thought it was a great thing. And just as a breaking news, it's not even indie news, but it will affect us. AT&T has officially acquired Time Warner. So big changes if you're an AT&T customer coming. And I got that as an update, ironically. But it could be a big thing for all of us, especially with net neutrality changing. And AT&T was one of the companies against the disformation or the disbanding of the net neutrality. But I digress, and we're going to get back to celebrating Crossing. And let's also celebrate that Ducky is officially funded on Kickstarter. Give them a round of applause. I know you guys are clapping at home. Don't leave me alone and hanging. But one of the ways to support creators is on the Comic-Con highway. So get in your car and go to a local show. One of the local shows will be this weekend in Northern Virginia, the 15th to the 17th. That means it's starting tomorrow. It's the All-Star Comic-Con featuring Jeff Weber, Thomas McCain, and Mike Maloney, who will not only be tabling but moderating this weekend. Cthulhu Kids is in its last hours. You guys got to act now. It's an amazing book for all ages. Get to the site, which is Kickstarter, and back it today. Ruby's also running out of time. Make sure that you get down on Ruby and the Warriors of Dion. I know that sounded dirty. It's too late. It got out there. Reign of Cthulhu's reign of Kickstarter is almost at an end. You still have time to get behind this mobile device. Project Access is more than capable of tickling your imagination. So back it today on Kickstarter. Raise your fist in support on Kickstarter of The Fist Issue 2. Check out the Binary Star Volume 1. We learned today that Into the Darkness is successfully funded. So now it's all about them stretch goals. Let's help them take the 7th inning stretch on Kickstarter. Like it, #2 is tearing through Kickstarter. It's the continuation from the first book. And grab hot lunch on Kickstarter today. That's right. Check out what this amazing Magna is all about. All We Ever Wanted, that's right, is now available on Kickstarter. Not exactly what you would think, but it's an amazing project, and it's something that can actually give hope. Epic Misadventures of Deathbag, Hollerer Than Now edition is on Kickstarter, as well as Little Heroes, which right there in that top left corner, that's Cat Dad and Supermom. It is gonna be in a Kickstarter. It's kind of cool. We're launching this year. I can't help it. I'm all over the place, guys. I'm all over the place, and I'm happy about it, man. I can't be more thrilled to be behind a charity book. I'm gonna do what I can to try to bring this project to America. See if I can help out. I'm all in. Speaking of amazing and cool things, this is Tommy Volume 2, huge twist. I call it The Rise of Susie. What do I mean by that? Well, you're going to have to check the link to find out more. And I'd like to just slow down for a minute. And I'd like to remind everyone to check out The Veteran's Wife on Facebook. And I would like to also remind people that supporting veterans is an important part of our obligation as citizens. And kindness needed here, this is for a veteran, a cosplayer who's a veteran. So as I read this right now, I want you to keep in mind that this young lady is a veteran and she's a mother and she needs help. So as I read this, I want you to remember this face as we thank her for her service specifically tonight. Tonight, we would like to thank all veterans, including the cosplaying mom. We truly appreciate your service. We would like to give you and all veterans an extra special thank you, especially the veterans that do not want to be recognized, the silent stoic veterans. For the horrors that they have seen in war is to them nothing to be thankful for. They don't put it out there for the world to know, for they are truly struggling, for they're now battling their own wars here at home. We want you to truly know that you're not alone. We want you to know that you are loved and appreciated, and you will always be our heroes, whether you refuse the title or not. And please, please, not only go to Veteran's Wife and click on the link and support them and find out how you can support them, but take a moment. It's free to share. Go to this amazing cosplaying mom and help her out. And seriously, she's a veteran. This is how we support veterans. Take time to support your veterans. My name is Mr. Anderson. I am the advocating voice for Indie Advocates, and I'm asking you guys to get out there on the Comic-Con highway this weekend. Get out there on Kickstarter and support creators. And if you need support and you want us to advocate for you, send us an email at indieadvocates@yahoo.com. We'll see you next week with the news.